What's up guys, TechTine here, and I am back again with a brand new video. And as always, before we begin, I would like to thank everyone so much for watching my previous videos, subscribing to the channel. I really greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so. It's pretty simple. It's right below that like button if you also want to like this video on the way. Also, if you want to keep up with me, follow me and go ahead and follow me on Snapchat. I'll leave a link right here and one in the annotation. And remember that as soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers, I will do a giveaway. So yeah, let's begin today's video. So this is another fun video that I want to make. Okay, so this is a comparison between the iPhone 7 Plus and two of the greatest, and two really nice budget smartphones. We have the LG Aristo right here, costs $60 off contract. Here we have the Samsung Galaxy J3 Prime, which costs $70 off contract. So I want to see, it's not really which one is the best phone, because obviously, let's keep it real, the iPhone beats them in pretty much every category. But let's not get into that. I want to see how budget smartphones in 2017 compare to something like a flagship, which is in this case the iPhone 7 Plus. So pretty much this is a $900 phone. This is the 128 gigabyte version. So obviously $900 and $60, $70. So if we combine the prices of the J3 Prime and the LG Aristo, we still won't be even halfway to the price of the iPhone 7 Plus. Anyway, so here they are. Here's how they look side by side, and let's talk about the design real quick. And I did a review on these two phones, links in the description if you want to check them out after this video. But the J3 Prime, so I like the color. It kind of matches the iPhone 7 Plus's color in terms of the black. So they're both, I really like the black color. I'll talk about a little bit about the design, and I'll talk about the design of the iPhone 7 Plus in a second. But this one is constructed out of plastic, and I mean, I like the feel in the hand. It feels really nice. The display on here is a 720p panel. Now, it's not the sharpest display out there, but it's a quality IPS panel. Yeah, and here's how it looks like. And again, I did a whole review on it, so I don't want to really get into too much detail. And okay, so here's the iPhone 7, and the iPhone 7 is the best design out of the bunch. I really would hope so, because it's again $900, and it feels really nice in the hand. It's big. There's no denying that. It's a large phone, 5.5 inches, and the bezels on the phone are what makes it even larger to handle. But the cool metal touch feels really nice. It is slippery, so I would suggest having a case on it. Right here you have the LG Aristo, which is also made out of plastic, but it has this texture back, and it's the least slippery out of the three phones, and it feels really good in the hand, and the construction of it is solid, and the buttons are clicky and they are tactile. So there's that for the design, and we just launched the camera. Next up, let's talk about display quality. And okay, so the Galaxy J3 Prime and the LG Aristo, they both support 720p panels. The iPhone 7 Plus supports a 1080p panel, and out of the bunch in terms of display quality, the iPhone 7 Plus takes the cake. It's the best IPS panel that I have ever seen. Now, it's not the best display out there. I think the Galaxy S7 and the S8 beat it, just because the high resolution and the fact that the S7 and S8, they have the AMOLED screen, which I have a Galaxy S6 and I really enjoy the AMOLED display. It's really nice. So it's really nice to have an AMOLED display on a phone, and we heard the rumors that the iPhone 8 will have an AMOLED, but that's besides the point. So display quality, it will go to the iPhone 7 Plus. Then if I were to have a second place, I would actually pick the Galaxy J3 Prime. Now, the reason I picked the J3 Prime is because the quality is slightly better. It's not really that big of a difference between the J3 Prime's display and the LG Aristo display, but to me the colors look just a little bit better. It might be just because of the fact that's how TouchWiz is designed versus the LG software, but yeah, that's how I feel, and you can make your own judgment in that regard. Okay, so we talked about design, we talked about display. Let's cover up on performance for a bit. So the iPhone 7 Plus has the A10 Fusion chip, which is a beast on its own, and it's a performance king. It's the fastest phone out there. Proven that the iPhone 7 Plus is the fastest phone out there. that Apple engineering and the integration between hardware and software is really nice on Apple's part. So they're fast phones, and not to say that the J3 Prime and the Galaxy not to say that the Galaxy J3 Prime and the LG Aristo are slow. They can actually manage to keep up in everyday tasks. Now, it won't be as fast as the iPhone, but it would be close. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the iPhone 7 Plus won by a bit. Then came the J3 Prime, and then the LG Aristo. But it's not really that. Oh, I just launched the camera. We'll talk about the camera in a second. But it's not really that big of a huge difference. Let's try the messaging app between the J3 and between the iPhone 7 Plus and the Aristo. 3, 2, 1. So iPhone 7 Plus wins. And let's see what we can do about the J3 Prime. So 3, 2, 1. And the iPhone 7 Plus wins, but as you guys saw, it's not really a massive difference. I mean, in everyday tests, I think they can perform well, especially when like messaging, phone app, browsing the web, and things in that nature. Now, in terms of gaming, I'm not even going to compare gaming because the iPhone 7 Plus takes the cake really easily. The 810 Fusion chip and the GPU inside the iPhone, plus the integration of the apps in themselves, they make for this phone is it's great for gaming. I don't need to tell you that if you have already tried an iPhone 7 or 7 Plus before. Okay, in terms of features, so there's not really a lot of features on this on the J3 Prime and the LG Aristo, but the iPhone 7 Plus does have water-resistant IP67, and it does have the neat 3D touch. Now, to me personally, 3D touch is not really that big of a deal. It might just be me, but that's just what I think. And in terms of software, obviously the iPhone uses iOS, and the LG and the Galaxy J3 Prime, they use Android, and it's up to you whether you prefer Android or iOS. To me personally, Android is great if you want to customize your phone, make it the way that you want. But at the same time, iOS, the performance on it is so consistent. If you like to have the ability to customize your phone, I would go ahead and hit the Android side of things. But if you like the simplistic design of iOS, then there you go. Again, I'm not here to compare software. It's really up to personal preference. But yeah, so the things that the budget phones that have that the iPhone doesn't have is this legendary port right here. Yeah, the headphone jack. So both the LG Aristo and the Galaxy J3 Prime, they support a headphone jack. The iPhone 7 Plus, we all know how that went. They don't, which it is what it is. But I mean, come on, for $900 versus $60, $70 to not have a headphone jack, that's. I know Apple has their own reason, but come on, the headphone jack is, to me personally, I use it a lot. It's a necessity on a phone, but hopefully sometime in the future, when we really go wireless and Bluetooth really takes over, then it becomes useless. But until then, I don't see it happening this year. Anyway, so let's cover up the camera. So the iPhone 7 Plus has its dual 12 megapixel sensors. The Samsung Galaxy J3 Prime has its 5 megapixel camera on the back, and the LG Aristo has its 13 megapixel camera. Now, which one of these is the best? The iPhone. Let's not kid ourselves. The iPhone wins it by a lot. Image quality on the iPhone, they're sharp, detailed, good dynamic range, and the video recording, it supports 4K, which is nice to have, plus optical image stabilization. So Apple has the camera figured out, and I can't tell you that, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, tell you that they come close or anything of that sort. The iPhone beats these two phones by a margin. Now, in terms of the Galaxy J3 Prime and the LG Aristo, to me personally, while the LG Aristo has a higher resolution camera, I prefer the quality of the J3 Prime, but they're both really close though. They're both really close. It just comes down to how you prefer your pictures to look. So the Galaxy J3 Prime supports a 2 megapixel sensor. The iPhone 7 Plus has a 7 megapixel sensor, and the LG Aristo has a 5. Now, one thing that I like about the front-facing camera on both the LG Aristo and the Samsung Galaxy J3 Prime is the fact that the LG Aristo actually has And the LG Airstone, the J3 Prime, actually has wide-angle front-facing cameras, which is a really nice touch by both Samsung and LG. And unfortunately, this doesn't happen to the front-facing camera of the iPhone 7 Plus. I wish it was wide-angle. I really like the wide-angle selfie camera. If you're into selfies, then wide-angle is better than just standard view. But the quality, again, that's for the iPhone 7 Plus. Okay, so in conclusion, really the point of this video is to see and to show you guys how far budget phones have come in 2017, especially for prices as in $60 and $70. And they're not as feature packed as the flagships like the iPhone 7 Plus, Galaxy S8, the LG G6 and whatnot. But really, they can compete in everyday tasks like watching videos, calling, texting, browsing the web, and things of that nature. They can compete in that. But what they can't compete is obviously the fact that the iPhone the features, like I said before, the IP67 water and dust resistance, the camera, graphics performance like gaming and whatnot. But yeah, that's how far budget phones have come, and I can't wait to see what will happen in the next year and two. And yeah, Cindy here. I want to thank you all so much for watching, subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to me. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing, and I will catch you guys in the next video.